Best nutrition tips for a long-term lean life. Welcome back to LiveLeanTV for Women. I'm your host, Jessica Guthrow. This is my mom, Desiree Rumba, and my little baby, Kyla Guthrow. We're all in the kitchen today to show you guys this savory oatmeal recipe that is just a new and different twist you can take on your oatmeal. So many people are used to having sweet oatmeal. We always think of things like cinnamon and sugar and fruit when it comes to what you add to your oatmeal, but there are so many different options, and this is just one creative variety we want to share with you guys. And we're going to talk while we're cooking about some tips on how you can live lean for the long term. So you ready to get cooking?
Start them young.
Yeah, Kyla's learning as she watches us cook. This is actually from my Fearless Foodie Cookbook. So show you guys, we're using it, we're following our own recipe on my computer. There are lots more great recipes in this downloadable digital cookbook that we created together before Kyla was even born.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we're gonna get started and I'll show you the steps. The first step is you want to make sure that you cook the oatmeal first, because that takes a little bit of time, so you can allow that to cook while you're getting the rest of your ingredients together. So we've already cooked this here, so that's 1 cup of oatmeal. We've actually substituted regular whole rolled oats for this, but the recipe calls for the steel cut. Yeah, so not the quick oats, but the actual just regular rolled oats. So feel free to substitute something like that, depending on what type of oats you have. So that's cooked, and on the side we have some boiling water to make the poached egg. Poached eggs can be a little bit tricky, but don't be intimidated. You can learn to do any cooking method if you just give yourself a little practice and learn how. So to poach the egg, what you're gonna do is take a medium sauce pot filled with water, and you're gonna turn it onto a medium heat to get a light simmer. Once the water is hot enough and it's at a steady simmer for a while, you're gonna then crack the egg into a glass bowl or container so you can gently tip the egg into the water without having it crash into the water. Add just a splash of apple cider vinegar or any vinegar of your choice to the water, and then you're gonna twirl it in a circle so that you create like a little bit of a whirlpool with that water. Slowly tilt the egg into the middle of that circle and allow it to swirl on its own. Once the egg has been cooking in that hot water for about 3 minutes, you're gonna scoop it out using a slotted spoon and place it onto a paper towel to remove the excess water. Okay, so once you have your oatmeal and your eggs cooked, you just set them aside and then you work on the vegetable portion of things. So I'm gonna be taking care of the spinach. She'll do the tomatoes and the olives and the spices. So here goes. We're just gonna chop and then throw everything into the bowl, basically.
It's such a creative way to use oatmeal.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that anywhere you go, like to order oatmeal in a restaurant, how's it gonna come?
It's, oh yeah, they always offer you, you know, maple syrup, sugar, brown sugar is really common. Yeah, raisins or dried fruits that are really, really sweet. And then there's no source of protein or healthy fats to go with it. So basically your entire meal is nothing but carbs.
And even if you order a side of eggs with your oatmeal, if you're loading it up with all the sweets, it's not gonna be the same thing.
Right.
Your sweet tooth is like a beast inside of you that you have to constantly
Everyone has
feed.
one.
You have to constantly feed it, and then it can never be satisfied.
Well, unless, I mean, it can be satisfied when your diet is full of balance, full of vegetables, full of proteins and healthy fats. And it's okay to have some sweet things in your diet. Like we have a whole dessert section in the Fearless Foodie Cookbook. So it's not that sweets can never be included in your diet. It's just that they shouldn't be the only or the main portion of your diet.
Yeah, I think it gets to be a problem when we start our day with only sweet though and no protein. It kind of sets it, I know it sets me up.
A tone, yeah, yeah, and it makes cravings more likely to happen. And then you know what happens when you have cravings, and then you have, you fill your sugar craving, and then a few hours later you have a crash and you have no energy, and then it makes you not want to work out, and it just starts this really unhealthy cycle of overeating, undereating, and you know, having really imbalanced macros. So one of our favorite tips, and why we created the Fearless Foodie Cookbook, is to promote balance in your diet. So it's not about restricting any specific food groups or about only focusing on one macronutrient over the other. It's really about learning to have a balance of macronutrients and have a real harmony with your diet. And that's what makes you a fearless foodie, is when you're not afraid to eat food. You know that food is your friend and not your enemy.
Yes, I'm the one who learned this from my daughter because I was on the dieting track for many years, like 2 weeks of dieting and then back to normal eating.
Yeah.
And
She did so many diets.
Not the way to live it.
Yeah, well, I just kind of followed suit when I was younger, I think because I didn't really know that there was a different way. So I just kind of followed suit and thinking that, you know, whenever your clothes get a little tight, you go on a diet. And then, you know, when your clothes are loose, then you eat whatever you want.
Which is so silly.
Yeah, it's funny. But, you know, there is a better way, and what we wanted all you guys to know, that you can maintain a healthy weight all year around. You can maintain really good energy levels and just a really healthy balance in all areas of your health and your life. I'm gonna go ahead and add the spices now. Spices are so key, and that's another one of the big principles with Fearless Foodie Cookbooks. We use spices in pretty much every single recipe in the book, except for like some of the snacks that are super simple. But most of the recipes are fully spiced up and full of tons of flavor, and I think that's another one of my favorite tips for staying lean your whole entire life and finding that steady flow of keeping lean is to make your food delicious. And so, you know, vegetables can be boring. Some people say they don't like eating healthy because it's just boring and flavorless. Well, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. And when you learn to use things in your spice cabinet like onion powder, garlic powder, oregano we have here, and salt and pepper, and, you know, different things like olives and avocados and stuff. This is a really flavorful,
very Greek,
just amazing meal. Yeah.
You know, I've been to Greece and I've been to Turkey, and when you stay in the hotel, especially in Turkey, there's hardly any sweet food.
Oh, really?
It's like cucumbers and tomatoes and olives and feta cheese and bread. And I think that when they come to visit America and they get the sweets, pancakes with syrup,
they're
probably
like,
think,
you guys are crazy.
Well, maybe they like it.
I don't know. I don't know if they like it.
Probably a little odd to them. I know that
they probably think it's not healthy. Yeah.
The Japanese eat salad and fish or soup for breakfast too, so I know they think. Did you do the salt?
Yeah, completely. Yeah, I did the salt already. So go ahead and add this oatmeal. So I'll just give you guys like a little sneak peek. This is kind of what it's looking like so far. We're adding the oatmeal, tons of color in this. That's one more thing I would want you guys to emphasize in your diet is lots of color. Like if you're just eating oatmeal with sugar and cinnamon, you're not getting the rainbow of colors that are in this type of oatmeal. Yeah, this is beautiful.
It smells so good.
It already smells good. We haven't even stirred it together. Go ahead and mix it. We'll always try to include some type of green, some reds, some dark blues, like oranges, yellows, different colors in all of your meals. So the Fearless Foodie Cookbook, you'll find a lot of color. All the meals are like rainbow beautiful. And I think that's really key for
visually stimulating food.
Yeah,
artistic.
That's true.
Because you're an artist.
Yes, we're all artists, aren't we? And then the other thing that I think is key is portion sizes. So you guys can see this meal that we're making here. This is actually 4 serving sizes, and the recipes in the book will tell you how many serving sizes you're making with the quantities given, and then it also has the macronutrient breakdown, the amount of calories, protein, carb, and fat that you're getting with each serving. So go ahead and add the avocado too.
Okay, I was gonna cut it up.
Yeah, sure. You can just slice it any way you want. This is, you know, very casual. This isn't about being super strict or perfect, just about eating delicious food that you enjoy. But it is important, I think, for all of you guys to know that when it comes to eating healthy and getting lean, that healthy food is awesome. Like really it is. I do want all of you guys focusing on eating healthy food types. Like everything you see in this bowl, these are all very healthy foods. But the portion sizes are just as important because it is possible to overeat on healthy foods. So we were talking earlier, right, that a lot of women make the mistake of eating healthy foods only, but they just snack and snack and snack on healthy foods. And even though they're healthy, it could just be too much quantity, you know? And then yeah, sometimes after you've been healthy for so long, you just want to be bad, just for the sake of being bad, right?
Sometimes,
let's be real.
Or somebody tempts you.
Yeah.
But I think what I've learned is I have to stop eating when I feel full. And then wait 20 minutes.
Yes, wait, because sometimes it doesn't hit your stomach and you don't actually feel full until 10 or 20 minutes later. So it's really good to learn to just sit there, digest before reaching for the next snack.
Because we have habits. I think it's just habit. We're eating out of habit sometimes. We don't even know what hunger feels like.
Right, and sometimes it's boredom. So if you're bored, get yourself busy. Okay, let's plate this up. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and portion this up into 2 servings that we're gonna enjoy today for lunch. And just so you know, oatmeal can be a lunch food just as much as it can be a breakfast food. That's why we don't separate the categories in Fearless Foodie Cookbook of like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We just call this one a day starter. So if you want to start your day in the morning, this can be your breakfast, but it can really be enjoyed at any time of day. So see how she just kind of divided that into 4 servings simply by drawing a line down the middle and a line the other way. That way you know what a serving size looks like. So go ahead and scoop out 1 into 1 bowl. Good, and then I'm gonna do 1 in my bowl. By simply eyeballing your portion sizes like this, you don't really have to measure every single thing you're eating. In a way, you are measuring it, but it's a very simple and easy to do measure. Okay,
that
good.
Smells so good.
I know, it really does, huh? Okay, I'm gonna use my fingers and
perfect poached egg.
That looks beautiful. Oops. Okay. Ta-da!
What a way to start your day.
That looks incredible, and I can't wait to taste it. I mean, we've already tasted this because it's in our cookbook, but I love making these recipes over and over again because they never get boring to me. Like, it's just so fun, and it's like every time you make it, it's like an exciting experience. And that's the way that all of your meals should feel if you truly want to get and stay lean forever. You need to enjoy your diet.
Fearless foodies love food.
We do. People are always saying to me, I want to get lean, but I love food too much. And my response is, nobody loves food more than me.
It's true. Maybe I do.
Maybe you. All right, so I'm gonna take a bite. Do you have your spoon?
Yeah,
you have your spoon.
Brad.
Oh, that's so nice. We'll make him another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's more servings for everyone. That's the other thing is if your diet is truly delicious and healthy, then you don't have to make separate meals for everyone in your household because everyone can eat the same delicious meals. Cheers.
Yum.
That's so good. It really is good.
It's so good.
I love it.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Kind of like it?
I mean, you know.
It's great.
I think it's sweet oatmeal.
But oatmeal can be made so many different ways. This is amazing. Fantastic. Guys, that wraps it up for this recipe. I will post it in the blog post as well so you can have the actual page to save and use this recipe time and time again. I hope you will love this as much as we do. And check out all of the recipes in Fearless Foodie Cookbook because this is just one of so many winning recipes. If you guys want to learn more about my beautiful mom, Desiree Rumbaugh, she is an international yoga teacher and her website is DesireeRumbaugh.com. She's coming out with a new book this year that is so exciting.
Inspiration for people in midlife who want to stay lean and strong and fit because even if you are careful when you're younger, things change when you hit menopause, your hormones change, and there's a lot of good information we'd like to share about how we stay fit all the way through.
Yes, and just know that it's possible. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching LiveLeanTV for Women, and I'll see you next week with another episode. Keep living lean.